Welcome to the Iron Insight. Thank you for starting your week off right with the Iron Insight. I'm Bryn Weld.
And I'm the co-host, Andrew Nichols with Southern Leatherworks.
Andrew's been gone a little bit. He was getting married.
Yeah, I'm a married man now. There's a big old band on my left finger, so I was missing out on the last few podcasts. My apologies to Bryn having to pick up my slack, but I think he'll forgive me.
This is a little bit different of an episode today. We just hit 25 episodes. We've been doing this about 6 months now, and time has flown by. So we kind of do want to do a little short episode, a reflection on. We're gonna call it season one. We're gonna do 25 episodes a season and go from there. It's been, time has flown by, and for me, in these 25 episodes so far, we've had some insane guests, people that I would have never thought we could have had. I mean, Bob Moffat, he calls me when I'm on the roof of my house.
Yep. I mean, we've had Debs Wellington on, Bob Moffat. I mean, we've had some guys that are pretty big hitters in the social media world. Really cool stuff.
Some people we were already friends with, and some we got to know, like Dr. Welds, we were already friends with him, and Bo Wigington, he came on. Chris from Wobros,
Oh yeah,
I knew of him. He was our first guest, which is
yeah.
pretty nuts.
Which is wild. And then all the way down south of even me, Mr. Stan Sherwin down in South Florida. Talk about a very, very cool life story from that guy making, super yacht exhaust. Hasn't get any cooler than that. I mean, some really diversified welders we've had on, even not welders, even guys like, Chris from Wobos who are helping, service welders and giving us cool equipment and stuff.
Nate from
Man,
Slickman, he's got a cool
yeah,
story.
we got Nate from Slickman with his kick-ass gloves. I mean,
Hell of a welder too.
yeah, I mean, I remember. All right, right. What was it? Right on the chili? Is that what he says? Right on the chili.
Yeah. The kid
So
that
no,
tigs.
it's been a crazy 6 months. I mean, thinking about when you first called me, over 6 months ago, I was like, hey, we should do a podcast. I was like, all right, fine. And then, from buying the mic and then getting set up and stumbling through our intro in every episode, but we're getting
Hey,
it.
this one was second try.
Yeah, this one we got on the second try. We're getting better. We're getting better, no doubt. But dude, it's been crazy. 6 months. I just got married. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell them this, but you just got engaged, which is
Yeah.
freaking nuts. I mean, the Bryn Wells man, got engaged on some freaking gorgeous island that should be paradise, and he's out there getting engaged and stuff, which is freaking great.
It was here.
So we were just talking about that before we hit record. He's got his wedding date figured out. I mean, he's got it down. He's not worried. He's got it down.
If the maybe we should do like a fly a listener out to the wedding.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have a special guest section is what we'll have.
That'd be insane. It's gonna be a
And then
bunch of welders. In
oh
there.
yeah, and then I'll broadcast it for the rest of you guys. Don't worry, I'll be the man behind the camera. But yeah, I'd imagine it's gonna be quite a few welders at your wedding from all the fab shops you've been in.
Yeah.
I say all the fab shops. I mean Chief and the one you're
Dramco.
currently at. So
Yeah, but it's almost gonna be like one side of the room is Chief, and Chief. It was all grungy and
grungy, nasty, not suit having,
yeah,
good old boy welders, and then you got the then you got Dramco right
yeah,
on the other side.
cleaned up tool makers and
Oh man,
stuff
yep,
like that. But no, it should be fun. But yeah,
absolutely.
these 6 months have flown by. Jesse McCollum, Zen from Arizona. So we've got how many states? I bet. Well,
Dude,
Florida,
I'd love to see. I mean,
Wisconsin. Yeah, maybe
you
in
got
this next season we try to hit a new state every time.
yeah, no, okay, we got carp welding, the kid that tigs. I mean,
Yeah, two Northerners.
we covered quite a bit.
Eve walks the weld.
Yep, Eve walks the welds. That was a good one too.
Yeah, and I mean, if anybody knows any welders in Alaska, let us know.
Oh, dude, that would be a good one. Yeah, I bet we could find someone out there.
We've got a couple listeners in Alaska, so if you're listening and you're a welder in Alaska, reach out to us or comment on the Spotify podcast if that's what you have. If that's what you're listening on, because Spotify does allow podcasts. And if any of you listeners want to request somebody that we have on, go ahead with that too. You're more than welcome to.
Absolutely. We'd love to see some requests in, and we'd reach out to them and see if they're down to come on.
We did
I mean,
that
now that we're
for our
go
first
ahead.
episode, and we've had a couple of them on
Yeah,
that were requested.
that is true. I mean, now that we're closing in on FabTech, I mean, it's right around the corner. What are you looking forward to seeing the most at FabTech?
Man, the people, especially
The
now that
people.
we've had these talks and we've like been fortunate enough to get closer to all these people. A lot of them we'll see
Man.
at FabTech, but
And that's true because that's a question we ask on every podcast. Like, hey, you going to be at FabTech? Hey,
yeah,
where are you going to be at FabTech? Yeah, I'll be at FabTech. All right, we'll see you there. And now that we've, developed a relationship and it helps being able to, see their face on here. So now when you walk up to it at FabTech, you know exactly who that, who that is and you've talked to them before. So really excited about seeing the people. I think that's the best part. Not only do you see a lot of good machinery and, you get to hang out at the after parties and whatnot, but just getting to hang around the people will be a lot of fun.
yeah. I mean, I look forward to FabTech the day after the last FabTech. Besides Atlanta,
Yeah, no thanks on Atlanta. I
yeah,
think Orlando will be good this year. I'm hoping they set a good precedent and then they come back because that's nice and close to my house, so it makes it a lot easier for me.
yeah. I hope I like it because I've never been there. But Jerry, the
Yeah.
other welder I work with, he just got back from Orlando, and he was saying because when we were building that globe, he was like, "Should I cut California off?" And he was like, "I don't like that humidity. Florida can go too." That's what he said when he came back.
Man, just cut Orlando out. We'll be all right. No,
Nah,
but I'm super excited, super pumped about it. Getting to see Jesus from Outlaw Leather. I haven't seen him since what was it? Yeah, Atlanta. So I'm
yeah,
looking forward to getting to shake hands with him again and talk to him and everybody at the Edge Army and Mr. Oleg from Everlast. I see him in the Facebook groups every now and then. Gotta reach out and say hi to him. So it'll be a good
Jesse,
time.
Jesse,
Yep, Mr.
Brad. Yeah, it'll be
Old
cool.
Brad.
Especially with us all staying in a couple condos right next to each other. It should be cool. That's always when like after the show, everybody's home and they're at the condo or Airbnb or hotel or whatever, and they're settling down. That's when the best conversations happen.
Absolutely, and then
Everybody brainstorms.
you're among your peers who are like minded, and it just creates good conversation. So I think that's gonna be a blast too.
I know, yeah. FabTech is it's like a melting pot. Everybody from all walks of life, people that have never welded, and then well, I guess it's not just about welding. It is in our eyes, but
Yeah, I mean
there's so
there's
much more
metal
into it.
forming and all the tube bending and all sorts of stuff like
Metal
that. So
building.
there's so many different levels to it. It's cool to just see what else is out there. I guess. I mean, you got to respect the kind of machinery they have. That's for sure.
Yeah, we can meet some people from companies that we find interesting, and also bring them on the podcast to speak about their products, and then get a bunch of videos for our social media pages.
Yeah, absolutely. And then yeah, we'll be able to bring you guys in that that can't join us there. We'll be able to bring you guys in on an inside scoop of what we're looking at there, and it'll be as good as you being there, hopefully, so y'all can see what exactly what we're looking at. The
Maybe
kind of
I'll
machinery and who we're talking to.
maybe I'll do a live stream from the Iron Insight Instagram or
Oh,
TikTok.
dude, yeah, that'd be a good way to do it. At least we could show you some of the cool stuff, walk y'all around there. So
Yeah, but I do gotta do some actual work for my 9 to 5 while I'm there, looking at
yeah,
everything.
Mr. Brent Wells is employed, unlike me. So maybe you guys will get stuck with me, and I'll just walk around with y'all and show you guys what we're looking at.
To,
Because Mr. Brent Wells does have to work while we're there. So
to explain to you guys how chill and relaxed this guy is, Andrew, I texted him randomly. It was like 9 a.m. on like a Tuesday or something, and I texted him, "Hey, do you mind if we send 3 pallets of material down to your house?" And this guy goes, "Yeah, sure, whatever. That's
I
cool."
got a pallet jack. Yeah,
But,
Yeah, no, we're good. Just just send it on down. I got a pallet jack. Don't worry about
no, I was just kidding. It's probably gonna be like
it.
just 2 boxes probably from UPS.
Yeah, exactly. Because he first says like, "Hey, Dramco wants to send some parts down." I was like, "Okay, cool." He's like, "Yeah, it's 3 pallets." I'm like, "All right, still cool. I got a truck. I'll haul it down there. As long as the union labor isn't down there to unload me, we'll be okay, you know."
Yeah, I wonder how this is the first time they're having it at this convention center. I'm excited. There's something about I was really impressed by the McCormick Center, I think it was called, in Chicago. That place was
Yeah, in Chicago.
huge and organized. I mean, connected to a hotel for everybody that wanted to stay there. It was
Boy, I bet that would
massive.
have been nice to get a room there. Holy cow.
Yeah, yeah. A couple
Yeah, and
people had.
just shout out to anybody listening that's trying to bring equipment or supplies down, aka Everlast or Outlaw Leather. Anybody listening to this, you know, if you blow a tire or you smoke a spindle, just know I'm down here. If you need a delivery, I'll be your Uber Eats for parts if you need a helping hand anywhere between the Florida state line down to Orlando. So
Yeah, I mean, like we said, 6 months, 25 episodes, season one. We appreciate everybody that is listening or is new here or returns every week. One person that I know returns every week because he posts it every week, Big Mike. Big Mike Custom Steel. This guy is loyal, and we appreciate Big Mike for sharing the episodes every single week. Um, we really
we
do.
love Big Mike.
Yeah. And we want to give a shout out to Bo from well.com and Jason Becker from Arc Junkies podcast. Both of them are podcast hosts. We have them recommended in our More Like This tab on Spotify. And Bo and Jason don't have to help me, but they do help me troubleshoot. And I'll give either of them a text or a call. And they've both had me on their podcast. Andrew went on to the well.com one with me. I think, how many times have we been on that one?
I think I've been on there twice. I don't know about you. You've been on there like three
Wait.
times, haven't you?
Well, if you count the little feature we had in Atlanta, then probably 4 I think I've been on.
Yeah, I can't remember for sure.
But we do appreciate Bo from Weld.com and the Weld podcast and Jason Becker from Arc Junkies podcast. Those two have been instrumental in helping us start the podcast, keep it running, and troubleshooting. And they obviously don't have to do that. They could consider it competition, but they help with collaboration. They help us keep the show running and help us through the hardships that we do find in here. But
Yeah, no kidding. And well, shout out to Bryn because he says us, but it's really him. I'm putting the running joke, Mr. Brad, is that I don't say a whole lot, but I like to say I put the co-host. Mr. Bryn here has been instrumental in himself at getting this podcast out here. So as much as he wants to give me credit for it, credit's due to him. So
well, I mean, this is like I say to everybody, is like we've done a lot of cool projects together. Why not do the podcast?
Exactly. I think it was just a matter of time. We've done everything else together. I was like, when you called me saying we should do a podcast, I was like, well, shit, why didn't we? Well, yeah, that's kind of obvious. Duh, I'll do a podcast with you.
It was like a year before my brother's buddy was like, "Hey, you should start a podcast because he has one," and I was like, "Nah, I don't want a podcast." There's already like 3 established welding podcasts.
Yeah, everybody's doing it. Yeah.
And he was like, "You just said it right there. There's 3 welding podcasts. There's a demand." And
Very true.
So I guess that kind of hit me one day harder, and we decided to do it. But we will be back to normal episodes next week and the weeks after that. If you guys have any guests you'd like to see, go ahead and comment them or direct message us on Instagram or any platform. My @ is Bryn Welds or at Iron Insight Pod on TikTok and Instagram. And Andrews is Southern.
And then I'm at Southern Leatherworks on both TikTok and Instagram. You can message me or contact me there. So
hell yeah, we appreciate everybody listening. You know the deal. Edge link, Everlast link in the description, and Andrew's website.
Southern Leatherworks links in the description as well. Get all your custom shit there. We'll see you guys at FabTech here soon. So
thank you.
Thank you guys for joining.